The grand final, the best of 7 series. No advantage for the team of the winners bracket outside of them getting the map choice and first pick. We're heading into Towers of Doom as our first map. It's the Hardos against Team the rematch. But the rematch has a bit of a twist. When they played the winner bracket final, both of the teams were playing with a sub player. And currently, well, Masquerade is back to business. So apparently he wasn't out for the entire day. He was only out for the first series. He already played in the losers bracket. And now here in the winner bracket, they also play with their full roster. They got Masquerade up there at the front. And for the Hardos, nothing has changed. They're still playing with Ixir. So Yazu, he is on a vacation for an entire month, as I already said. That guy has apparently, I mean, first world problems right there. In the entire month of vacation, they have a fantastic player to replace him. Ixir is great and he played with them in the past, but of course still it is a sub player at the end of the day. Now this is the best of 7 series, as I already said, and we are going to decide who's the champion of the X Cup winter season right here today. Malfurion gets banned. That's how high he's at this point in priority for them, that it gets banned. He gets banned against Team Might be a little bit of overkill, but we'll see. They played it in the previous series twice, and with Vala and with Tracer it worked well for them. Now, Blaze gets banned, and here's the Sylvanas ban. I have the feeling that we're going to see her eliminated quite a bit. Now, the important thing to note once again is that obviously the teams are fighting for quite a bit of prize money. In total, we have 4,000 euros of prize money, all sponsored by our anonymous benefactor, Mr. X. And, well, without him, it wouldn't be possible to run the X Cup. We had X Cup Summer, we had X Cup Fall. This is the 3rd season with the X Cup Winter. So again, a big shout out to him for making all of this possible. And yeah, giving us games like those. We had some great games during the last few days. And especially yesterday and today. Some of these reverse sweeps, I mean, are you kidding me? It's like, holy shit. I hope that the grand final is somewhere in there. But I also gotta admit that Team looked fantastic in the loser bracket final. Can the Hardos take them down? Can they do it? They did it in the winner bracket final, but can they do it again? We've been here before. We've been here before where Team dropped into the lower bracket and then went to steamroll everybody, went to the grand final, and still locked in the victory. The Haka as a first pick, Tracer and Tyrael together with them. And on the other side, full Overwatch, Hanzo and Lucio. By the way, also for everyone that's asking, Trixler, as he said, he's moving currently, so he has a lot of work to do and needs to get packing. So that's why he's not part of the grand final here today. I was happy that he stopped by and was at least able to cast 1 series with me, even though it would have been great, of course, if it would have been a full best of 5. But yeah, always good to have him here and to banter around a little bit. And he always gets me to do all that dumb shit. The stupid Hanzo crap has to end at some point. I wanted to get it out of the way today, so I went for it, but boy. I can't wait to cast with him at an offline event again at some point in the future. It's going to be really good. But again, either way, Diablo gets banned, Falsehead has been eliminated too. Interestingly enough, it was the Hardos that... Are they going to play Vikings? Are they going to swap Hanzo to someone else and play the Vikings? I don't think so. But they are the ones that banned Falstead. So the Haka was already there. Normally you have a team then trying to counter that by also getting a global for themselves. But they didn't do that. They instead banned Falstead out to not go up against the global. And now we have instead ETC for Bad Benny. That's something that Lauber just did in, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday or the day before. So yeah, he played it there. And I'm really curious to see how this is now going to work out for them. Alright. Let's have a look. On the right side of the map, the double pick, the final one. Towers of Doom, Li Ming and Ana. They go for the Nano Boost. The Nano Boosted Ana together with Tyrael helping out Tracer. And on the left side of the map, what else are we going to get here? The final pick, Nick. Can he drop a hero on them that catches them a little bit off guard and is allowing them to keep Tracer and Li Ming in check? What are we gonna get him from now? And it is the final pick. First map in the best of 7. We go for Genji. Double Shimada. Triple Overwatch on the blue team side as we are headed for Towers of Doom. Map number 1 in the best of 7 series here at the grand final of the X Cup Winter Playoffs. Game on! Hardos against Team Bad Benny on ETC. Hazu with Hanzo. We got Ixia and Lucio. Nick on Genji. And Copenhagen on Urel. Banana is playing Ana, so yeah, we have him again on one of his key heroes. Against him in the past, ban Ana was a strategy. If you have Banana trying to go for Ana, then you better ban Ana, because Banana's banana is in bananas. Or something like that. Dino and Tracer, we got Ultralisk on Liming, Dequaza on the Haka, and Masquerade is playing Tyrael. Alright, it's party time, guys. Let's make it happen. We have already on the right side the red team looking for those quick kills here. Dino in particular gets one of his best heroes on map number 1. It's honestly interesting that ETC was now chosen for the first time in this tournament by Bad Benny in this first map between Team and the Hardos. Nice pancake move, by the way, by Copenhagen and ETC. Didn't quite work out. Benny gets attacked. They try to punish him. And Ixia is also incredibly low, as both of them are barely able to get away here. But so far, not a single death, at least, in that little skirmish in the middle. For Benny, we get, of course, on level 1, as usual, the prog rock, getting the stacks together right here. And let's have a bit of a look of what they can do down at the bottom of the map as the rotation continues. Hazops is already seeing tight. Nick is doing his thing as well. He, with Genji, will try to jump on Ana later on if he can and try to take her down. Same is, of course, true, at least to an extent, for Tracer and Liming. The problem is that they have a little bit more mobility that they can deal with. And all the way up at the top, we're now having Dequaza dealing with the camps for now. But yeah, generally speaking, early game, everybody is just trying to go through the usual motions. And as I say it, we have already a bit of a deviation away from exactly that, as Benny is starting to make a play for the camp. They're trying to steal it. Instead of going for the camp exchange, they're trying to take it away. And slide out. And can they at least get a kill on the Haka? Nope. They don't take the camp. And nobody dies either. Oh, Dino? Just as I say it, he's all of a sudden finding himself in trouble. But he's still able to make it out. So yeah, good for him. Okay, so nobody dying. But of course, they used quite some time and didn't really get anything out of it. The camp on the left side is still up for grabs. 5 stacks now on ETC. We got Hanzo also with a few more towards the level 1. But it is the red team that is still pushing all of this. And they're also gonna lock in level 4 at the exact same time that the Hardos do. So we're getting a little bit further forward here. Nothing too crazy happening yet. A little bit of damage at the wall at the bottom. Nobody getting a kill just yet. But not for the lack of trying. And as you can tell, the pumpkins are now going to be attacked too, so they're going to at least push those to the bot lane. Trying to take some of those towers down on the other side as well. A little bit of an earlier lead, nothing crazy, but the first objective is announced. Global's of course going to play a role here. And, I mean, Liming can go for the... What's about interrupts? We have a couple of interrupts available against ETC if he goes for Mosh Pit. Even the threat of it alone is usually a deterrent of using all of your cooldowns, so you gotta play around that. When he was picked initially, I was honestly for a moment wondering if they're trying to play him on a side lane and use him with Stage Dive to mirror the movements of the Haka, but not really the way that they are shaping this up. Talking about the Haka, he's currently channeling at the top right against Urel, who's doing the same thing on the other side. Shots are being fired, and it's back down to the final altar as per usual. Triumvirate for Liming, the slide, the Haka in the back, Masquerade a little bit low, surviving for now. They're trying to go for Tracer, they're moving in for the Haka, Essence gets popped, and Nick is immediately there with his Genji, trying to get some damage out, zipped through 3 of them, so good damage output for sure. Ultralisk also a bit low, there's the bomb connect, Ixia still alive. And they're keeping them at bay. But yeah, everybody is now down here. And it is the blue team that is suffering in hit points a bit more. The combos are also being thrown out once again by Ultralisk, who later on in this game is going to be able to capitalize on the nano boost. Everybody deciding that they're not quite sure if they can really go for this or not. So they're starting to slowly move back from it. But the channel is happening. As Copenhagen is back to business, he pushed the lane out in the middle and is stopping Dequaza from getting there. A little bit of extra damage. Could honestly go for the tower here too and take that finally down. But the battle hasn't stopped. The battle hasn't stopped, they're still at it. And we're gonna soon get level 7 talents for the two teams here. The blue team slightly ahead thanks to the extra wave that was taken. And they're doing the same thing down here now. I just don't think that the gap is big enough to make something happen around it. But they're trying. They're coming in. There's a level 7 and Ana gets caught completely flat-footed. Nicely done. ETC with a slide, locking her into a corner. That's the kill on the support, and that gives the initial lead to the Hardos. Not only do they get first blood, but they lock in the altar. Another 4 shots are fired. The fight at the bottom of the map still continues. But yeah, we are definitely in for a bit of a highlight, I think. The Hardos are fighting back to the nail here, and it's early, but another slide, another play. They go for Masquerade. They can't quite take him, but they force him back. They force him back once again, and they are really having them on their toes now. The sleep darts are coming out. Urella and Dehaka, they're still sitting at the sides, doing their thing. And in the middle of the map, Copenhagen, of course, he is going to deal with the XP here. We have Benny playing a little bit of a trap. Tracer, yeah, we're gonna keep our eye on Dino because he is going to be again the one that has to come through for the team and really try and take them down. Up at the top, Urel, still with that one-on-one. Dehaka and her, they're rotating between the lanes, getting the experience, making the plays there, trying to get the team closer to level 10. And it's once more about the camp setup. Nick on his little snowflake already flying around here, but Dino's ready to turn up the heat and then drop him off that. Melts the snowflake away as we have half a level until level 10 for the Hardos. They go for Genji, and this could be a kill, and there it is, the parting gift of Tracer. Dino takes him down, Nick gets crushed, and that gives them another tiny lead and also closes the experience gap a bit. Would have been a problem for them if level 10 would have been far away, but now Ixia, they find themselves at the bot lane. Hanzo gets the arrow. There's also the mosh pit now, and the dragon arrow. The dragon blade for... yeah, dragon arrow and dragon blade now for Genji. Now, on the other side, the interrupt against the mosh pit, of course, with the wave of force. We have as per... oh, they go for it. Judgment, baby. Judgment and Eye of Horus now. Okay, things are going to get interesting here. Judgment is already in. They're making the play, and they're getting the kill. Lucio is down. He gets dropped. Masquerade is low, and they drop him. It's a kill for a kill. They're trying... oh, boy. Genji nearly taken apart by the explosion. Benny is on the run, and yeah, he gets away. Are you joking? Oh, Urel sacrificing herself for ETC. The zoo is keeping each other alive, and an interrupt on Ana. Not too bad. There's the party time, and that old girl still has a couple of decent moves, but so does Dehaka, and he gets the drag on Hanzo, and that's another kill. That was sweet. That was a sweet move by the Quasar here. Getting that together, that was awesome. Him moving in and getting the shot there, that was nice. Tracer, Genji gets the kill. Then again, Li Ming is able to use Calamity to drop Lucio and gets the reset. 3 kills to 5 now with a slight leading experience for Team Wa. But it's a bit nasty. It's a nasty start into the game. 8 kills already, fights all over the place, Judgment being used on level 10 to be even more aggressive with this. So yeah, that is... it's awesome. When Judgment is taken, I'm honestly a fan. Sanctification is fantastic, and if you have the team composition for it, is obviously clearly the better ult. But every now and then to throw in a Judgment play, trying in this case to lock Lucio down, for example, and also capitalize on the fact that they don't have the big cleanse. So this is something that we've seen in the past, where some of the players are holding back their heroic ability when they're playing Lucio here, and they're waiting what exactly is being done on the other side. And even back in the day, before HGC, at the first Heroes of the Storm tournament, when we still had the traditional cleanse on some of the heroes, like Malfurion, you saw a lot of them wait with their level 10, with their level 7 pick until they saw what Tyrael was picking. In this case, they didn't do that, so now all of a sudden, there is a chance to get these quick kills, but at least in this case, Lucio was just a bit faster and locks in his own bubble right away, gets a shield out for the team, and now they save the target, traded cooldowns, and it's level 13 talents for the Hardos. 32 points on each side and a double ult at the top. That should also lead us to another even exchange between the teams. 3 kills to 5 right here. And let's go. Easy. The side laners, they take it. Nobody contests. Nobody interrupts. Everybody is fine. with the play here. And therefore we get the both drop down to 28 points. But another play potentially for Dequaza. He gets the drag connected. I was waiting for ETC to see if he can go for a quick slide and maybe get the hit there. So far that hasn't happened. But they are already back on their way down to the bottom of the map. And Dino zips in and takes real quickly one of the towers down. Structural damage isn't really too bad yet. Top side, more of a play for the Haka as they're trying to body block him slightly, but he's already tunneling out. And it opens up a lot of space at the bot lane where we have additional structural damage against the bell tower here. So the Hardos, yeah, they are starting to lose some ground down here. And since their rotation is rather late, that's a bit of a problem. 50% of the HP gone. That kind of means that when there's another play made for it later, you're most likely going to lose that bell tower, and bot lane control is pretty crucial. So, there's that. Same time now, Judgment again! And that's Ixia dead. Ixia down, they drop him, mosh pit attempt, but ETC gets also slaughtered. And that pick into Judgment might just be what decides the game in the long run in the favor of Team Wa. Another beautiful drag from Dequaza onto Nick, but again, it's Hanzo that comes in with the stun and allows Genji to escape again. And as I say it, Nick has to make sure that he gets a little bit farther away from that wall, because that got real dangerous here real quickly. So Copenhagen, he's already in. They're starting to get the next hit in. And they're still desperately trying to keep this bell tower together. But it's 7 kills to 3 now, and we have at the same time 16 talents coming up with a single altar spawning at the bottom of the map, which will now give another 4 shots to the Team Wa. Now the Hardos are not dropping too far below here. It's 24 points against 28 as the shots connect. Level 16 is more of an issue. It's also the main reason why the blue team didn't even bother fighting back here. But it's only a level difference. Still, undeniably an advantage for the red team as this all starts up. So again, the little play being made for the camp, and they have to let this one go too. And take it down as quickly as they can. Dino already a bit low. Banana and Ana is honestly locking in one of those hits after another, so good for him. I mean, they are really doing a great job keeping everybody topped up. And it's not easy if you're having a Tracer player on your side that is just absolutely rocking it and zipping around like a madman the entire time. 3 kills to 7 still. We have level 17 in the talent advantage, but it's going to be negated in a moment. The bell tower is lost, the 5-3 bell towers. The advantage is there for the red team. And as it stands, here 16-16. And they go for the boss immediately. They go immediately for the boss. Now, I think there's a good chance that they are too late. But even if they are not, he can try and dive in for it. Mosh pit attempt. There's the move for Hanzo. He jumped away. Still Ana with the damage. Can she get the kill? She can't. The silence on ETC though as they're moving back in. The boss has reset. They cannot get the kill here. Oh my god. First they were so close to taking the boss. There's no sanctification for Tyrael, so they thought they could go for it. They take the fight to Dehaka. They try to mosh pit him. He dodges out on it, and then Tyrael dives in deep and tries to punish them. Hanzo nearly dies, but he escapes. It's a 5 versus 5 still, but boy, what a weird scenario here. Dequaza is going for the channel. We have one on the left side already channeled through. That's 3 shots fired against 5. The bell tower situation, not really good for the Hardos. Banana Age channels number 2, and that's in total 10 shots, 10 points removed from the blue team's altar. They're down to 14-25 now. The attempt to reclaim it, but the defense is there. They're coming in again with all 5, trying to go for the kill, and they hit Genji hard. Genji is hit, another move on ETC. And this is just too much for them to handle. 2 down, they lose a 3rd, they reset, and the kills. Masquerade and his boys, they're taking down 4 heroes in total, as you can see. First one to fall was Genji, then they follow immediately up with a judgment, as you can tell now. ETC is dead, and yeah, Lucio falls a second later. Oh boy. That is a lot of momentum now. Hanzo was the only survivor here, and obviously he can't hold this either. We're going to see the barrage start, I suppose. Level 20 talents are now being locked in, and that's the Deadeye. That's also the Angel of Justice for Tyrael, so even more kill potential, even more aggression. Here comes the arrow, gets easily eaten by Haka so that the backroom team is not being taken. 14 points on the core, and that's a kill on Hanzo. Dino is just too good at this shit. He comes in, gets the hit, and of course, as you can tell, the barrage is starting. It's a double altar that is popping up too. 7 bell towers to 1. The desperate attempt by the blue team to fight back and reclaim the middle. But it's not gonna happen. Nice ult from Lucio. ETC survives and Tyrael dies, but the core is falling. They're down to 10 points on the core. Urel has also been destroyed. We're down to 9. And the next few shots are being fired as well. They don't even go for the altars anymore. They don't have to. They already know that this is over. There is no way for the blue team to recover one of the bell towers here. One shot after another is getting YOLO'd out here. They're down to 5 points. Their Haka is dead, but there's no time anymore. We're down to 4. We're down to 3. We're down to 2. And that is lights out, everybody. It's victory for Team WAP. As the Hardos lose on Towers of Doom and the red team takes the lead in the best of 7. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Infernal Shrines is map number 2. Team WA in the lead after a pretty dominant victory on the first map, so I gotta say, well done. I mean, you don't see it all that much on this level of play where you have, I don't know, where you have like the entire map taken, every single bell tower claimed, and then the barrage starting. And I gotta admit, this was very, very well played, very clean. Masquerade in particular going for judgment here over Sanctification. You won't hear me praise that decision a lot, but here in particular, it made a lot of sense for them. Added another interrupt also on ETC, say you could make the moves towards Hanzo, towards Lucio, and especially the latter was consistently pressured, so well done by them. And then you have Dino on his Tracer, who of course just moved through and crushed them completely. But this is map number 2. It is the best of 7. We are at the grand final. Tyrael gets banned. Banned against the Hardos, by the way. Just pointing it out real quickly. The Birdie falls dead. So we have him eliminated here on Infernal. So at least one of the globals gets shut down. It will be an intense series. Sylvanas, yeah. I don't think we're going to get a lot of Sylvanas plays. She's too high up in the meta right now. She is an auto pick all the time. And I was, if anything, surprised that it took the teams so long to just ban her out consistently. But now that's a thing, especially, of course, against Dino. This is another map where you can also go for a lot of split push action. So, and the push with the Punisher, so more and more value for her. Lucio gets banned too. Are we going to get Blaze? Blaze as a first pick, or are we looking at potential support picks again? It's kinda the question that you most of the time have to ask here. Which of the ones is it? I like how in game number 1 already everybody is taking so much time to lock in their picks, or at least some of the teams, because it's like, yeah, you gotta think this one through. They go for Hanzo. The Dignitas special. Hanzo first pick on Infernal Shrines. Still remember that. They were like, they always did that. Dignitas in HGC days, they went for the Hanzo first pick here. Even when most of the teams didn't really go that much for Hanzo anymore, didn't prioritize him that heavily, when they played Hanzo, that one was a lock. Yeah, that allows them a lot of plays, obviously. But okay, so we got the double pick on the other side. I suppose that Equaza will have to play his Blaze again. No, no! Diablo gets taken together with Brightwing, so Masquerade has his frontliner, but they let Blaze go for now, allowing Dequaza to maybe play something else. Now, Blaze is excellent on this map, he's excellent everywhere, particularly, I mean, pretty much everywhere, honestly, I was saying, particularly here, which is kind of true, but the same applies to so many other maps as well that I don't think it feels as special anymore. But here, obviously, you can also easily go for your Leo, for your Rel. And there's Blaze. Blaze and Rhaegar. Okay. Rhaegar is in. Blaze as well. That gives you a little bit more AoE, even if you're going for the lightning shield on the shrine fights. So you got a lot. Come in with the oil spill first. And on the bans, what do you get rid of here? Are you afraid of Kerrigan? For Benny? Maybe banning out Nick here makes the most sense. Benny has still so many options. They still go for Garrosh though. They don't want to deal with Diablo being bullied around here. Then again, Diablo can obviously always try and just like push them back. So that works for him. But yeah, against the red team. You got Ultralist to cover Dequaza and Dino. There's at least like 6-7 heroes that come to mind that you want to ban here. It's honestly unfair. You're looking at this and you're just like, God, do I really need to choose? Boys, can we have more than 3 bans? Can we maybe go for 5? Can you give me 6? So they decide that they're going to get rid of Junkrat. But of course there is, I mean, you can go for, they could go for Medivh here. Ultralist could just like bust out his Medivh, combo that off with Diablo, and then they can damage dealers behind that. That's one of the things they could pull off. Could put Dino then on Vala, for example, but there's just so much still to do here. They go for Hogga, for Dequaza. Ultralist is probably going to pick late, the last pick. And there's Vala for Dino. So there's actually a legit chance that we're getting Medivh now. And Bad Benny and Nick, what are they playing? For the front line, Jojo has started to fall off a little bit, but here on Infernal Shrines you can of course still take her. You have that extra AoE that also helps on the Shrine and with the engage. Mephisto, ooh, Nick on Mephisto, okay, I like that. And there's Jojo. Me likey. Alright guys, so that's most of us set up already. We only need the last pick for Ultralisk, and yeah, there's a few options that he has. Medivh is one of them, could go also for a way more aggressive stance if they're gonna jump in with another melee assassin. And normally we're talking Maiev, we're talking Kerrigan, so one of the two. Given the comp that they're using here, I guess Maiev may be a little bit more likely. But yeah, depends on how much they want to play with Vala here. And maybe Vala goes for multi-shot. But they go for Imperius again, so another CC. They played a similar style previously. Vala, Dino, is he gonna go for it? Yes or no? Auto attacks once more, or all AoE with multi-shot for the shrine fights themselves and towards the objective? Well, let's figure it out. Map number 2 in the best of 7, Infernal Shrines. Second map in the best of 7 series. Bad Benny on Johanna. On the left side of the map, we got Copenhagen on Blaze, Hazu on Hanzo, and Nick on Mephisto, with Ixir coming in last here on Rega. The right side of the map, Dino on Vala has to make his choice still. Auto attack, yes or no? Is it going to be multi-shot for the battles on the shrine and extra stacks towards the objective, or the single target to try and drop them quickly and then focus on the Punisher? Ultralist plays Imperius. We got Banana H on right wing. Here's the answer. Fire at Will on level 1. And we got Dequaza on Hogga and a Masquerade on Diablo. It's actually wild these days. Normally you had a very clear idea of what Vala would go for. Vala was on most of the maps just simply focused on a multi-shot build, and then you had some maps, mostly Battlefield, where you could go for arrow build. But these days you can literally play every single Vala style on any map. We've seen the Koreans play a lot of the multi-shot build on Battlefield, not even going into arrow, and we've seen auto attack on the highest level played on literally every single map in the pool. So it depends on how you want to rock those team fights, what your goal is. Do you try and just carpet the entire area with a multi-shot, trying to go for the objective quickly? Is it the quick kills against an isolated single target that you're looking for? And this is exactly how the balance and where the heroes should be, that you have those options. So Vala's starting to stack this up and getting her work done here. Obviously makes it also a little bit easier for Dino now, since he also knows, hey, if I die, then it's fine. I'm not going to get completely crushed. We have Unyielding Power, by the way, as the level 1, so the skull play that Nick usually prefers on most of the maps that we're getting from him. Ixia already going with the team straight up for the camp in the middle of the map. Benny, he's the one that is going to sit a bit tight here, but yeah, it's just camp exchanges. So Khaldor camps are for now taken. Dino is being guarded by mainly Diablo here, who was sitting and anchoring the play. And up at the top, Ultralisk is now going up against Copenhagen. And Imperius is actually a hero that I'm pretty happy that he's back to business too, because he is just insanely impactful. If you have a triple lane like this, oh sorry, triple front line, then you are in a real good spot when it comes to CC. Imperius can help you with that. The ult is usually quite impactful, and on top of that, of course, you get a certain amount of wave clear and even hero damage that you can bring to the table. Gives your backliner way more freedom. Focus scales usually a bit away from them, and then thanks to the CC, you can also set up some kills for them. So it's pretty cool. It's actually absolutely fantastic. On the left side, so we currently got our 3-man Sintite here down to the bottom of the map. Yep, still a little bit of action with Masquerade, Dequaza, and Dino, plus Banana. They're going for the next camp. This one has been abandoned by the blue team, so the Hardos didn't even try to go for this one. And towards the top left, yeah, the next camp gets claimed. So pretty much going through the motions in the early game here, nothing too crazy, just trying to get the shamans before the objective is up and making a play for it. The same thing is happening by the blue team. The only thing is really this pressure play at the bottom of the map that costs them at least a few of their structure. So that's the only thing. Benny gets attacked again, and actually that... okay, if not for that Iron Skin, he might have fallen here. That was a bit closer than expected. He has to hearth back. Won't be able to stand. Yes, trying to collect the experience. And yeah, sticks around still, but this is making it quite annoying for them here in the middle of the map. Now granted, they have the lead on the stacks, but the red team is now starting to collapse onto it completely and trying to take that down. Already Azu blocked by Hogger, and he gets murdered. Hanzo is dead. And that gives them, of course, even more momentum. First it was Jojo that was a bit late because she had to go back to the Nexus. Now they're missing one of their damage dealers. And this should allow Team to go for the first objective. With level 4, we got the Arsenal. We got the Hot Pursuit on level 7 for Vala. They have the earlier talent lead, so yeah, this should be a freebie for them. Unless, of course, someone steps out of position and gets taken here, but that's not the case so far. They got 5 back up on the map, but Jojo is already at the bottom of the map, battling it out with Brightwing here. And top side, okay, Ultralisk, body blocking Copenhagen a bit. There's no rotation towards him, but Ultralisk is getting a very good amount of damage in against players, so yeah, nice. Bait over the wall has to happen. Next, there's the flashlight, vision granted, and baited over. Always make sure you do that in your own game, guys. Don't stay in front of that wall. If the Punisher jump procs before the wall, you're gonna have a much harder time defending against it. And what a move by Imperius. Punisher jumps in and gets the kill, and Rhaegar dies as well. That was nasty. That was really nasty. Team already with a big play here. Ultralisk coming from the top and getting that triple stun. Full on shish kebab here. Able to drop that. I mean, check this one out. Look at this. This was shortly after he gets the connect, and then they're just chasing the first target. The Punisher jumps into, absolutely flattens Jojo. Rhaegar dies, and that allows them to go straight up for the fort itself. With the first objective in the game is allowing them to take a fort down, and on top of that, they're also locking in a couple of kills. So that gives them a big lead in experience, and that leads to a level 10 advantage that they can now use to push the next fort. They can now literally go down to the bottom of the map and try to do the same thing again. Vala with a strafe, we got a shockwave ready. Lightning breath is in, and they already attempt to go for the next kill. Aren't able to make it happen just yet. Oh wait, shockwave, no, misses. But they got Benny. They isolated him. There's the kill, and they're trying to get more. They might be able to take Mephisto down. Yes, and indeed they are. That was a quick hit against him. And now that they are fully bullying them away from the bottom fort, they can take the second major structure down without any issues at all. 5 kills to 0. Blaze is all alone up at the top, and he's at least able to push this out slightly and get some damage in. The wall is destroyed. They get their own level 10 now that he granted them a bit more experience. But it's still nasty. I mean, it's still tricky. 5 kills to nothing. Meme Strike gets played. They got the Beam Strike right here, and together with Endurance of Fate. So there's a bit of combo potential that they can use. And Hazu used that on day 1. Hardos meme strike on day 1 is still one for the Hall of Fame. That play allowed them to get, I think it was 3 kills, 4 kills in total, executed together with Yasuo and his Deckard Cain, and it was just absolute glorious. If they can do something like that here, that will bring them back for sure, but it's not going to be easy. I guess we're going to wait for Mephisto to make the first move and then Hazu to follow up on it, but it's of course big cooldowns that have to be burned in order to make those plays. So right now, top side. They're starting to, yeah, well, they might even be able to get someone with Diablo. He's already going for the wall stun. That's the first one. No follow-up, though. There's the ult, and here comes Hanzo. Masquerade, he eats the damage, but he doesn't care too much. Here comes the barbecue, and they take Nick down again. Everybody else also put into a corner. Diablo falls, but he had his soul stacks. And on the other side, Johanna and Mephisto are both falling. So that's 2 dead for the blue team. And we already have 5 back up on the map for team. Wow, and another potential kill as Copenhagen gets attacked. And there's the final hit. Final blow by Brightwing. 8 kills to 1. Whoa, boy. Team, wow. Now that they're back in full force with the entire team, with Masquerade taking the main tank role again, they seem once more to be unstoppable. The Hardos, yeah, they gotta get into the rhythm in order to take them down. They can do it, they've already shown it. But it's difficult. Red team is so incredibly good. Breaking them will not be easy. Level 13 talents, they're ready. We get Gloom again. And with the Punisher now we're getting attacked. The final 4 at the top might fall if team locks it in. And they're getting real close. They're already at 27 stacks. It's hard for the blue team to go for a fight without the level 13 talent. You find yourself at a distinct disadvantage. But they get the play for Ultralisk. Even with the meme strike here, it's not enough. They get the blessed shield and then they try to follow up on the stun. But it's just not enough. The shockwave against Hazo, and he dies too. Hanzo is dead. Great move from Hogger. The shockwave was on point and the follow-up was too. So now they're going for the objective, but they're already pushing for the fort itself without even bothering going for the Punisher. Dino with 29,000 damage. Another play for Nick, and the only thing that keeps him alive is Rhaegar's Ancestral. The Punisher is here, and this is the end of the fort at the top. 9 kills, 2-1, and big plays now on their side. Yeah, they go to the side wall, so once that you bait the Punisher over, they can now follow up on the stun if you don't pay attention. But in this case, it's Jojo that baits it and uses the Iron Skin to ensure that she's not going to be in too much trouble and that there's no follow-up possible from Team. Again, Durance of Fate. Nice damage from Nick, I gotta say. But it's nothing that forces the issue yet. And the keep is low. Guys, we're 9 minutes, 10 minutes into the game. The keep is low. They can't even get the kill here, or can they? Brightwing finally down. But what about the keep? Can they drop the keep? The keep is still in play. They haven't been able to eliminate it. Great job by the Hardos. Can they push them back once again? As there's obviously an attempt by Team to get it after all. Great stun. And no way. Dequaza on Hogger. He gets out. Hazu is hoping for another hit. And it just doesn't happen. He already has too many hit points too. So they were trying, but at least they were able to hold on to the keep. That was important. Keep is still there. They were able to make that work. It's still tricky. 46 stacks now for Vala on her level 1. We have, in addition to that, more camps claimed. That's not only true for the Khazra camp, but also the shamans that are taken. More experience brings them closer to level 16. And with 3 forts eliminated, this is obviously making matters even worse. Oh boy, yeah, it's not easy for them. They need some more kills. I mean, again, the last fight and them being able to just bring this back a little bit, that was honestly heavily important. Don't lose the keep yet, but then, yeah, something like this happens. The Quasar just sneaks past and says like, alright, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna take that thing. Or at least he's trying to. Hanzo is currently the only one that is attempting to deal with it. I think he thought he could do a little bit more damage on it. But they now have level 16 and they have a Shaman camp plus a minion wave at the top. So have fun defending against that without a 16 talent. Ah, well, that's a good step into the right direction. That's nice. That is actually a sexy play. Well done. Beautiful execution from the Hardos as they take Vala down. Shockwave by Dequaza, and he's dead regardless. That's the Hardos right there. That's the team that won the winner bracket final. 4 kills, 2-9. And we have still pressure against them in the middle, at the top, everywhere. But they're fighting back. They're fighting back. They're making the moves now. And already, as you can see, more missile talents. More skull missile talents for Mephisto. On top of that, the Hunger of the Wolf on level 16. 4 kills, 2-9. And the move down to the bottom of the map in an attempt to maybe finally take 4 down or work at it. One of the two. Yeah. Nick is already sitting tight. He's hoping, of course, for another kill. Yeah, that ult was a bit optimistic, I suppose. And instead, we now have Vala taken, so that was good. They might not have been able to get the kill previously against Ultralisk, but they lock Vala down, and that's the only range damage dealer. That was actually fantastic. The blessed shield that we're seeing here from Jojo time and time again is absolutely on point. That's the second time that Bad Benny locked that in. Yeah, good Benny. Good Benny with the blessed shield. 5 kills, 2-9, and the chance to go for the first Punisher. Now they have the opportunity. Now they have the opportunity to take the objective and go to the bot lane. But of course, up at the top, now this is left alone. Dequaza said, we want that keep. I want that keep. And Masquerade is there too. Hazo, yeah, he sees it. Are you serious? If you die now as well, that would be golden. I mean, you might as well sacrifice a hero. 1 hit point left on the keep. Rhaegar gets killed though, so they force the fight because they want the keep, and then they end up killing 2 of them, and now they can finally take it down. Please tell me that they're making sure this thing is gone. Yep, there it is. It took him long enough. That's another problem, by the way. 36 stacks on the objective, and they might lose it. Obviously, what you normally do in a situation like this, or what you often do, is you keep it at 36, 39 stacks, and then you just like lock the last one in when your opponent tries to contest it. But with them losing 2 heroes in that last encounter, there's now a real chance the team gets the Punisher, which is ridiculous in and of itself. And I don't see how they can stop this. They're literally just sitting tight because they need to wait for Rhaegar and they need to wait for Johanna. This is such an annoying position for them to be in. They must be pissed. I would be mad as well. They try to just save the keep at the top. They lose it. They lose 2 heroes. They lose the objective because they moved around there. And now we have half a level missing for a team as they're going for the bottom keep. Yeah, that is real frustrating. So, 51,000 damage for Hanzo, 41,000 on Vala. Punishers already getting baited in. Frozen Punishers, that's going to make it easier to take some of these walls down for them. And it's all about the bottom keep at this point. If they lose this one too, that's 2 keeps down, that's just too much. Ults are being YOLO'd out here already. Big jump. And they have to bunker up as well. There's the Blessed Shield. They try to go for Vala again. Beautiful ult from Nick. But it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and they go for the kill on Blaze. Despite the Ancestral, they still get the kill here. And the keep, of course, is going down. Second keep destroyed. Rhaegar dies. If they get more, they get the core. And I think that's exactly what they're aiming for here. The shield is already half destroyed. They have the level 20 talents. Farflight Quiver for Vala. The core is slowly getting dropped, and yes, they get Mephisto as well. That's the main damage eliminated. Bad Benny is also on the run. You can run, you can't hide, baby. And he's getting outmatched by Dequaza. That is game. That is game number 2. Team with the victory on the second map. They drop Hanzo. 5-man team wipe. As the blue team loses map number 2, Infernal Shrines gets claimed by Team as they take the 2-0 lead in the best of 7 grand final of the tournament. To the Spider Queen, map number 3, Team is ahead, everybody. They got it. So, they have the 2-0 advantage. It is a best of 7. They need 2 more map wins. Yeah, they make it difficult. They make it really difficult. The Hardos, one of the best teams that we have in Europe, and currently they're just not finding the answer. They are getting outplayed and team fights do not go their way. They have some good moments, but they are just never able to completely turn it around here. So, great moves from Team Wow. But the Hardos, they need to find that answer again. They made it happen in the winner bracket final. But currently, it's just not there. So, let's see if Tomb of the Spider Queen can change things for them a little bit. And see if they have a chance to come up with a good draft that would allow them to gain some momentum in the game. I mean, you take the first map and you take it from there, one step at a time. This is a good map for them too, and they have first pick, first ban here as well. But yeah, it will be difficult. I mean, it's always difficult against the red team. They're just too good. They've been dominating every single tournament for the last year. So, yeah. But in comes the Lucio ban, so we're going for the Overwatch bans apparently again. Tracer has been taken out, so Dino is not going to be able... they're target banning Dino here as best they can. So they eliminate Vala, they eliminate Tracer. Both of his heroes are immediately off the board. No auto attacks, no just jumping around and single target damage. You know, they want to force him off that style a bit. And you can't blame them. After the last few games in the tournament that he played, I mean, of course. So Tyrael gets banned. Yeah, we're seeing a lot more from him, mainly on the ban side. But that leads us to the first pick. And what are we getting for the Hardos? With Tomb of the Spider Queen, there's of course again multiple options of how we can approach this. It's the usual. You can either go for the side laner quickly and try and lock him in as fast as you can. Jojo played a big role in the first pick position on Tomb for a long time. But these days, you most of the time get either support or here you get Junkrat. Junkrat allows you a lot of utility. He has the mobility in general on the map, but he also has the option of really isolating a target further after it's initially stunned, or simply protecting a couple of positions on the map. So a good start for Hazo and his boys. But I think this could very well also lead to an early Blaze pick again, and there it is, and they get Rhaegar together with it. Yeah, Blaze is insane. He is crazy. There's honestly so many heroes right now that are just incredibly powerful. Blaze, when it comes to the offlane, maybe stands out a bit, but he's not the only one that is just great there. So, let's see what the blue team can do. Maybe even at some point again, one of the variant compositions that they've been playing for such a long time would work. You could also combo that off with Junkrat. He's good for the interrupts, of course. So, Leo and... oh, Ana by Ixia. Okay. So they get Leoric and they get... like, Ana immediately makes me a little bit suspicious. If you get an Ana, what do you combo that off with? Back in the day, I would have said, well, you go Li Ming here. But she's fallen off into the Spider Queen. She's not really the biggest pick here any longer. You could go, I suppose, Genji. If you are trying to play Nyx Genji on this one, then you have a nano-boosted Dragon Blade. That's one option. Sylvanas gets banned, so, yeah. It's literally the Dino ban train. That's all that happens here. All 3 of his top heroes are more or less banned out right now. Anything that allows him to get the single target damage in and have the mobility to just move through the team is eliminated. Or at least his top picks on this. But yeah, what about Genji? Genji and Ana? Are they going to try to go for that comp? Oh, Fia gets picked by him now. Okay, we got Coffin Girl, everybody, and Johanna for Masquerade. Jojo Blaze, always strong, together with Coffin Girl. Haven't seen her in a while. I haven't seen her in a hot minute, honestly. So, yeah. But that leaves us with the final 2 picks. So, is it the Genji combo with Ana? Yes or no? It has to be, right? Or what mage do you go for here? Stitches? Oh. And Genji. Here we have him. Stitches and Genji. And now the final pick for Ultralisk. It is Medivh. Bird Boys in the house. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Map number 3. Best of 7. Grand final at the X-Cup Winter Playoffs between Team Wah and the Hardos. The Hardos still sitting at 0 wins in this best of 7. But they're trying this time with Bad Benny on Stitches. with Junkrat, played by Hardos, Nick on Genji, Copenhagen on Leoric, and Ixia on Ana. Dino, he's playing Ophia. Has been a while. We got Ultralisk on Medivh, Banana H on Rega, Dequaza on Blaze, and Masquerade on Johanna. I haven't seen her in a long time. The schoolgirl is in action. And Dino, he played her in the past, but, well, Kenny pulled through with her today. She hits pretty hard, and if you want to know why she hits pretty hard, it's actually a very simple explanation. Dino, with his Ophia, carries in that sarcophagus, in that coffin, he carries all the hopes and dreams of the competitive scene and the HGC players. That's why it's so heavy. That's pretty much it. So Blizzard shoved all of it in there into the coffin and then locked it and forgot about it. So that thing is super heavy. And if you hit somebody with that, then whew, that is packing a punch, I can tell you. So yeah. Ophia, she's gonna try and have a moment in the sun here. After Dino was banned out on everything else, he just said, well guys, I can belay her too, no problemo. So yeah, let's make that happen. They're interrupting the rotation here, I actually like it. They're really just slowing them down and controlling the middle of the map already, so good for them. Medivh has to be careful with his stacks. Ultralisk had already a few games lately where he was very close to completing the baseline quest and then got murdered on the last one. But he obviously allows them for super fast rotations here. And they're actually catching, they're nearly catching Hazu. That could have potentially be a kill, but no. Had him in the corner there, but he has the mobility to get out of this one. Alright. And at the same time, here's the next little play towards the blue team as they are really starting to struggle to counterplay that. There's the rotation, straight onto Benny. Benny already getting a little bit murdered. They're trying to body block him too. And Ixia with a pew pew pew, just keeping him alive. That's a good thing if you're trying to keep Stitches alive. At least he's a big target, right? Can't lose him. It's not like Genji, it's not like Trace that are just moving from one side to another time and time again. But nope, at this point they're just sitting there and he's like, yeah, I can't miss you. It's pretty much an entire building. Stitches is just way too big on this. But yeah, so at the bottom of the map it's the blue team that locks in the first camp. And 12 stacks for Ultralisk. Get us off to a good start for Medivh. So yeah, he's definitely there. Now, we're gonna likely see the Dragon Blade and the Nano Boost from Ana. That's at least what you would expect, given the composition that they're playing. Both teams now going for the Bruiser camp. We have, especially with Stitches, also a lot of potential later on to control the team fights a bit better with the Pulverize. Hooks, of course, after level 13, playing an even bigger role. And yeah, let's see what else they're gonna get there. I can't believe that Ophia is actually in. Oh, Leo. I talk about Ophia. They're getting Leo down at the bottom, and they're trying to also make sure they're not recovering all of the gems, but Nick is there. The Nexus lore, everybody. Ophia, because that's what we really needed. Not proper financing for HGC, but Nexus lore. Oh, yeah. God, am I happy that we have Nexus lore. Woo. Who doesn't love Ophia and her lore? Yeah. But again, I can understand why Blizzard had that, because, you know, they didn't really have a lot of lore where they could draw from in order to get new characters into the game. If they had maybe a couple more franchises that were popular, then they could have drawn on those to get additional characters in the game. But if you ask any Heroes of the Storm player what kind of hero they would like to have in Heroes of the Storm, I mean, if they still think that we're ever going to get a new one, they can't answer that because there's not enough lore characters around. Blizzard just needs a franchise or two that provides some story, some lore, so that you can have a couple of options there. And unfortunately, that's just not the case. But yeah, so with our lore girl, we have now Dino trying to crush them, and they got the kill on Leo. To be fair, she was only part of the gank. In total, there were 4 that clamped down on them. We have her on level 1 with the Ancestral Strength. Allegrissimo on level 4. Who knew? Ophia is Italian. Mamma mia, pizza, pizza, allegrissimo. Okay, that sounds more like Luigi than anything else, but yeah. Mamma Mario. And we also got the Ravenous Hunger, which underlines again that she's Italian. I mean, always hungry, right? One more pizza, it's always a thing. Now I'm getting hungry. Need to get myself an OG pizza with pineapple or something. There's the play though. Nice. Good move onto the portal. And by the way, the portal is also nicely controlled with especially Junkrat and the mine that he can place down. But yeah. One of the things that I did when I went to Miami, I actually got myself a pizza on the first day, and they had a pizza Hawaii. So I went for that and had pineapple pizza. So that was a real OG American pizza. Pizza with pineapple. That's what they love over there. And I tweeted a picture out and everybody agreed. Everybody was like, oh yeah, that's an OG American pizza. With the full cheese and everything. Okay, so. Dodged, baby. Banana H with a quick dodge. But the Hardos are doing well. They lost one of their heroes, but they are getting the first turn in, so that's good. Keeping my eye on Ultralisk because he's at 26 stacks now and he's getting a bit closer on completing the baseline. So it's time to die. It's time to feed. Nearly done with all of that. Let's get things going. Yeah, bot lane. I think you should be fine here, but it's a 2 versus 1 split. And Ophia's just jumping down at the top. The portal movement still happening here. Reka running full into the web weaver wave. Yeah, these things, by the way, they usually need glasses. Those waves that they send out, they get sometimes so far and wide, it's crazy. Copenhagen is a little bit low. Jump, 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 jump. And that's another death on Leo. And can he get the gems again? Look at him, he's just pretty much a gem transport system. Genji moved in and got them again. And yeah, 2 kills to 0. They're still a little bit behind in experience. Took some damage. It's not a bad start for the Hardos, it really isn't. Despite the fact that they don't have a kill yet, this is not a bad start by any means. They were getting the first objective, they did some structural damage, they took the walls down, scratched the forts. But now it's Team that is trying to turn in, and then of course the big one is, what can they do? Leo already with the Entomb here. We got again the Eye of Horus. By the way, Jojo hasn't made a play yet, and there's the Blessed Shield, so they're gonna go for the stuns here. Don't forget that in just 3 levels, Stitches is gonna get the hook extension. They're moving in on Leo once more. He's low. But the hook runs afoul. So, the Quasar's turning in. Nobody's interrupting him here. This is gonna be the first web weaver wave for the red team. Damage output. 16,000. Medivh, by the way, 31 stacks. This is where it gets dicey, I'm telling you. Every single time a Medivh player crosses over into more than 30 stacks, they gotta be careful, because it is time to die. So if you screw up right now and you don't have that shield ready when you need it, then you can start the whole process again. Benny has a shadow, by the way. Benny has a shadow. Ultralisk is going full birdie on him. And it's here in the middle. Yep, there we go. There's the ley line. Alright, they're setting it up. Where's Sophia when you need her? Trying to get the kill going. Look at Ultralisk. Look at Ultralisk. Gets the Riptide. I told you. Told you. Tries to get the kill. Ultralisk gets out. He was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And got away. Thankfully for him, he listened to me and used the shield. Kept the cooldown. That's a nice trap though. X-Strike is in. Ultralisk still on the run. They want him, but he gets the portal for the team. And they're still rushing away here. Nobody dying for Team Wah, but that got a bit close. And Ultralisk sitting at 32 stacks right now. I like it. No, I gotta say, this is kind of fun. He knows that his life is on the line whenever the opponent sees him. They look for an opportunity to take the stacks away. So yeah. The crushing jaws are in. Following on the Ramazanga. Once more, Dino's getting attacked here. Dodges out on the hook too. Good awareness. Always keeping that hook in mind. Masquerade spray game is definitely on point here. But we're also waiting for that hook and gorge. That so far has just not happened. Benny, has he landed a hook gorge combo? Not yet. They haven't gotten a kill yet either. 33 stacks now for Ultralisk. 7 to go. It's always funny to watch that, I'm not gonna lie. It's always entertaining, because you always know that there's a chance he's going to get murdered after all. 35 stacks for him right now. He's getting nervous, I'm telling you. He's getting nervous. There's level 13. That's making him even more nervous. They're going for Copenhagen. The hook. And they can't get the kill. Eye of Horus is being used. Nick making the play right there. Once again, we got the bird coming down. Rest of the team looking for potential kills and turn-ins. It's actually kind of crazy. They have not a lot of kills here. Blessed Shield has been used. They got the stuns out, but they couldn't follow up on it. Ultralisk has 36. There it is. The Entomb as they're going for the next play. The hook! There it is. 37 stacks. 37 stacks. And he is alive. Ultralisk is on the run. Another hook. This time they get Rhaegar. Big ley line. Big ley line. But the doggy, he gets the shield, gets out. How do they keep them alive? Unbelievable. Great play by Banana H and by Ultralisk. They somehow keep Rhaegar in play. 39 stacks, and Ultralisk is about to complete his quest. He needs one more stack and then he's done. But that was, yeah, that was pretty sweet. That was very well done here after he got hooked and gorged. Now they're going for another one. Still didn't get the last hit, by the way. And they're trying to turn in. Orphea made it with a portal towards the top, and they're pushing Hazu away. But yeah, there's the turn-in opportunity now. He has it. Medivh is done. Time to feed, baby. Medivh is done. Oh god, it would have been so funny if he would have died there. I would have felt for him, don't get me wrong. It would have been a bittersweet moment, but yeah, it's kind of entertaining regardless. 36,000 damage by Genji. 11 minutes in and we didn't see a third turn-in yet, so yeah, more damage against, well, against Nick here. And Dino, time and time again, trying to make the plays with his girl. 31,000 damage puts him into the driver's seat on the red team. He has the most damage for them. Should also have, of course. And the Blue Bear Breathers are descending again. It's an important game for the Hardos. They need to slowly bring this back here. And it will be really difficult. Oh, the play! Coffin Girl hitting hard. Yeah, bringing that Italian coffee design a little bit closer to Stitches and his boys. Showing them every single detail of it. Just crushing them over the head with one swing after another. Ah, good hook here too. That nearly brought a problem to Jojo. But they take that one down very, very quickly. A little bit of a slower pace one than a lot of the previous games that we've seen. Not a lot of kills, but everybody just really determined to make sure that they're getting the momentum thanks to the objective. And at least right now, the Hardos are taking the lead. They are taking the fort at the bottom of the map. That's the first structure that gets eliminated here today. And now in the middle, yeah, we got 15 to 15, nearly level 16 for both of them. Bigger drain coming in, the Unyielding Despair, next drain talent on the way. And as you can tell now, the defense from Dequaza. There's a lot of gems actually that they're rocking. Hey, look at Masquerade alone. Masquerade is at 30 gems. 30 gems for him alone. That's huge. And they are body blocking Bad Benny here. Benny is low, but he seems to be able to get out. The ley line is being used again. Can they set that up for a potential kill? They're trying. Ah, and he made it out. Genji zips away. Rest of the team still being hit here. But they should try and get rid of some of the gems that they're holding. They were at 97. And they delivered at least a few. But Dequaz is at 24. Masquerade is at 30. Your entire front line is holding 50 gems. That Entomb is not going to do jack shit, by the way. If there was a hook and he could have maybe followed up on it and made it an easy target, maybe. But not like this. Now, Pulverize is in play. Pulverize is in play. We got the Invasive Miasma and the Dead Magic in. So, yeah. They're trying to... Careful. Pushing over the Web Beavers here. Leo, can they get a kill here? That's 10 gems. The Helping Hand. Blessed Shield, talking about helping. Yep, that would help too. I don't know why he's not rolling out. He's sleeping on the job. Masquerade is asleep on the job. Unbelievable. Good job, Ixia. Good job, Ixia. Always knew it. I always had a suspicion that he wasn't taking this serious. Masquerade fell asleep in the middle of the team fight. That's kind of insane. Think about how crazy that would, by the way, be. How dumb of an ability is a sleep dot or something? You're in the middle of the battle for your life. You're getting attacked from all sides. There's like murder, cannons, machine guns, everything. And then all of a sudden you just fall asleep and you're going like... Leo is down. That's a couple of gems that they're never going to get back. This time Genji wasn't there to recover them. So that's a nice move. And they took 2 forts down now with that Liz push. So we have 3 kills to 0. and they can turn in again. They had 104 gems. 104 of them. Yeah. 3 kills to 0. I mean, it's nearly even experience, and they got structural damage, but it's starting to become a little bit of a problem that we still don't have a single kill for the Hardos. Banana. Rhaegar was low a few times, got hooked earlier too, but still survived throughout all of it. Okay. 50,000 damage for Genji. 45,000 for Fia. Boss hasn't been taking it either. Apparently even Dino doesn't want to go for a solo boss with Orphea. Or he learned his lesson that he can't just pull it off every single time. Nice reaction from Masquerade, no hook against him. Has an Iron Skin out right away. Pops it off there. And he has the next turn in. Another fort is gonna fall 100%, so up at the top. Yeah, goes down. And they're getting closer. Where's the hook when you need it? Come on, give me that YOLO. Give me that YOLO. You can do it. You want it. Come on. Give me that big hook, Benny. Channel your inner JPL. Channel your inner JPL. This is your moment. Your time. Mom spaghetti. Nope.
Nope.
Not even close. Too much pressure. Too much. He knew that we were watching him. It was just too much pressure on him. But they are going for the boss now. And with the ley line and everything, ooh, that one gets burned quickly. Genji jumped the wrong way, and now they're gonna get it. They don't know what's happening. I don't think they can push in here. They might say hello. He nearly got stunned. He nearly got stunned. They are making the play for it. They're moving in. It might be too late. The damage! And the boss is taken. Ley line grab, baby. And a quick kill on Leoric. The hook, but Benny is all alone. Nobody's helping him. Stitch just wanted playtime. He got playtime, but he got nobody to help him. So that's another 10 gems that are gone now. You can run, you can't hide. They have to commit Masquerade, and that is that. Ixia is also down as we see Orphea coming in. She gets the kill here. They want more. They have the boss at the top, and they're just mercilessly pushing forward with level 20 talents. The Eldritch Conduit is in, and now the opportunity, the big opportunity, to take down the keep. And maybe even a few more of the players, because, yeah, let's scratch the maybe. Junkrat, yeah, he got absolutely junked in that encounter. So they have still 50 gems, but they might not even they might not be able to even go for another fight, because this looks like game. This looks like game to me. Level 20 and the boss, they're going for it. They still have the gems for another turn and easily. Genji made it out, but the core is falling, and it's falling quickly. Leo is dead, 8 kills to 0. Guys, the perfect game. They lost the 4, that's all they lost. It's 9 kills to 0. The core falls, and they're just too strong. 3-0 for Team Wah, as we are headed towards game number 4. Team Wah is once again looking good. I don't know, guys. They are here in full force, and they are dominant. 3 wins in a row, and all 3 of them pretty clean. I gotta say, it is getting very, very difficult for the Hardos. Now, we had reverse sweeps in this tournament. Several ones. Maybe here in the grand final we got another one. We're definitely prepared for it. So Team Wah against the Hardos. It starts on Battlefield of Eternity. There's no copium involved here at all. No, we're absolutely, of course, like, this is it. This is where the comeback begins. Where the Hardos dig deep, channel their inner Genji, and just unleash all the skill and power that they have here. So, we got Blaze banned out immediately, already shutting down the Quasar's best side laner a bit. Battlefield of Eternity obviously will lend itself to a lot of team fights. Is Nick gonna play his in Li Ming again? Now, let's not forget, he played a Li Ming against Team Wah, where he went straight up into glass cannon and full-on missile build, and was able to make it work, which honestly amazed me. You don't see that playstyle a lot. I know pretty much only of 1 or 2 players that try it, and Nick's performance was the only one where I saw 2 teams go up on the same level and him succeeding. But if you can perform again in the same way, maybe they got a chance here. His damage output was crazy. He played extremely safe with it as well. But of course, it's also involving quite a bit of a risk, especially if there are mobile heroes on the other side. What else can they do? You can go for the early Hanzo, you can go for Vala on this map. Don't see Vala that often anymore here. Other heroes usually take priority. But Tracer is banned, so they already attempt to limit Dino a bit more. And, well, here's the last ban in the first phase. If it's not Hanzo, it could be Hanzo first pick. Okay, they go for a Lucio ban. So you could go for the damage here. You could go for a quick ban on Hanzo. Might lead to a Liming pick on the other side. When it comes to the immortal damage, honestly, you always gotta ask yourself, okay, what's really the best hero for us? Greymane has been played a little bit as well. That's another option that you have when you're playing it here. But yeah, time will tell. So, Greymane so far absent in this series, but he's been played a lot today. And on Battlefield, he gets, of course, a lot of value through the Worgen form, but there's the Hanzo first pick. That's what they expected. Oh, nah! Hanzo is such a tool, seriously. Our little soy boy over there. With his Starbucks. Soy latte, please. Oh, boy. That's exactly the type that he is. Liming and Anubarak. The combo. Again. Yeah, Liming and Anubarak. So this time they're going to try and play it. And with that, we got Bad Benny and his boys making the decision on how they want to follow up on Hanzo. You're already chunking down the immortal pretty quickly. You have the level 4, you can easily get the damage here connected. You have the stun. Question is, how do you follow up on this? How do you play with that? Tyrael is banned, so we're not going to see any shenanigans around him. But here comes Yrel, and we get Malfurion. Please tell me they're swapping heroes. Don't tell me that we all of a sudden have Nick on Malfurion. That would be a little bit weird. I can only assume that Ixia is currently AFK, went to the bathroom or got himself a drink, and so they're swapping it out later. But that would be quite the trick on the last potential map where you have to win in order to stay in the series. You move with a quick role swap your best melee assassin into the support role. Like, if that works out for them, then whew, kudos. They waited this long to unleash their secret weapon. It's Nick on Malfurion. Just you wait. Alright. Okay, so in comes Ana. She gets banned so that there's no Nano boost combo together with Liming. And yeah. Could even go Stukov as a follow-up on Anubarak stuns. I'm not quite sure what we're going to get on the other side. I would have said Anduin might also be an option here, and he might still be, depending on what you go for the side lane, but still, Stukov, if you want. No, they go for Banana H, the old man, and they got Hogger. Alright, it's banana time. Dino is the last one that's still missing, but that's a decent amount of lockdown that they have here. And of course, the final move. DPS Malfurion? Are they going to go for the second support with Ixia? Gotta hope not. Zarya! That changes things. Zarya played by Ixia. And Bad Benny on Garrosh. Alright, I'm here for it. Maiev played by Dino. They can swap some heroes around too, of course. But yes, there it is. Ixia with Zarya. And now Malfurion for Nick. Okay. Let's go, boys. This is a bit of a Hail Mary. This is the last chance that they have. They need to win here. It's 3-0. Battlefield of Eternity. It might be the final map. Let's jump straight in. Team against the Hardos. It's game number 4 in the grand final, and we finally have a Zarya. It's not Rutsu that gets to play her. Instead, it's Ixia, the sub for Team Hardos. Hazops, he's playing Hanzo. Bad Benny on Garrosh. Nick finds himself on Malfurion. And we have Copenhagen on Yrel. On the right side of the map, Dino, he's the one playing Liming for the red team on the 4th and maybe even the final map. If they can pull off another victory here, then they take the grand final and crown themselves the champion of the X-Cup Winter Series. We have Ultralisk on Maiev, Dequaza on Hogger, Masquerade on Anubarak, and Banana is playing Deckard Cain, the old man once again. Bit of a different approach, by the way, here with the Field of the Heat. on level 1. So we already have on the other side Sapphire and the Legion of Beetles taken. And Urel, while we're at it, is going for the light of Karabor. And, well, Ultralisk is already looking to see if he can maybe get a little flank going and try to take someone down. Maybe even that nasty Azu that Hanzo's him down currently. Nope. Gets a couple of shots and no real counterplay, so yeah. But, well, at the same time, we got on level 1 for him. Redemption. Let's see if they can redeem themselves. But Bad Benny is... Oh! Yes, maybe! He gets out. I was about to say that Benny is already dead, and now he escapes. But it's crazy at this point. There's so much momentum going for a team. They won the loser bracket final, and then they moved straight into the grand final here, and they didn't lose a map since, so it's pretty impressive. We have still a fight for the camp at the bottom of the map, and here's the stun, the follow-up. Nice, the save from Garrosh. That could have been the end of Ixia, honestly. Deckard Kane followed up nicely on that, and Ixia is still incredibly low, and so is Bad Benny, and it's Zarya that dies first and Benny that dies second. So they have the full 5-man down here. They take the camp, they get 2 kills. And they might get another one. Urel... Oh, she gets out. Urel gets out, but it's off to a good start for Team Wa. They come in, they take the 2-0 lead, and they now have the chance to not only rotate, obviously, the side laner back up to the top together with Urel, but also maybe even get an early level 4 that would help them to get the lead on the Immortal. Maybe even a level 7 around the objective if they get it. So yeah, it's definitely a nice way to start game number 4 and try to crown yourself the champion of all of this. So right now 2 kills to 0, level 4, and they go immediately up towards the top. They don't give a shit about Copenhagen. Copenhagen is sitting here and is like, well guys, I see you, and they're like, well, why would we care? Now it triggers an attack at the bottom of the map as the blue team is now trying to get some counter damage going and obliterates or tries to obliterate one of the towers. Dino had to jump out. And here's Ixia with Feel the Heat. And I can promise you one thing, they're definitely feeling the heat right now. Given how far behind they are in the series, they definitely feel the heat. And what they are trying to do is initiate that comeback. We had multiple reverse sweeps, some of them crazy, 1% cores involved. And they could make it happen, but it's gonna be very, very difficult. But again, you gotta start with the first step, right? Every single journey starts with the first step. Yes, I'm writing my own self-help book right now. So, yeah. So first objective is already up, and let's see what they can do here. We got Liming for the poke. On the other side, we got Hanzo, and he's definitely hitting a bit harder on the Immortal. Maybe they can play it around the objective. It's a full commitment by both teams. And the lead goes, for now, to the red teams. They're a little bit faster. Zarya with a poke again. They're trying to go for... Oh, they can't get the hit against Bad Benny here, but look at Urel. She's moving in now too. They came from behind. Comes in, tries to get the kill. No, Banana H. The heal, and Deckard Kane tries to waddle out of the team fight and run straight into the Immortal stun. And that is the first kill for the Hardos. Yeah, Deckard Kane is down. And Bad Benny, he's already anchoring the Immortal defense, while Hanzo has moved to the left side and trying to take that one too. Okay, so we have up at the top another... I mean, they're pretty much just trying to get all of the angles, right? They're covering everything. They're allowing Hanzo to get more damage, but right now it seems like they can still take it. Hanzo, yes! They reduce the shield, but it is the Hardos that get the first one. Now that fight isn't over though, and Benny might be in trouble, going for the Indomitable right away. There's the tether though, and Benny is out of the fight. Jeez. Not bad. I really thought that we would see at least 1 or 2 more fall in that little battle, but far from it. Now the Immortal is up at the top, and it's the Hardos that can push this forward a bit. Let's go. Let's try and take this, boys. Bottom of the map, 1v1. There's a level 7 lead for the Hardos now as well. Let's see if they can push this, if they can pull this one off. Take the wall down, get a little bit of damage at the fort at least. And there, by the way, is again Seeker on level 7. So they're going away from Calamity and playing the range style. In this case, they can definitely do that. There's a lot of guys at the front. But it's kind of crazy that they're moving away from Calamity a little bit. That was the biggest staple for Li Ming for the longest time, and I'm honestly curious to see how long this is going to last. The potential that you have with Calamity is just absolutely nuts. But let's see if Team Hua can follow up on the success that Nick had in the series against them. That's the big question. So, for now, we have still the 2 kills against 1. A little bit of damage on the fort. Not too much. Nothing insane. Very even beginning of the game. Very, very close here. Build on Zarya a little bit different. What Rutsu would go for. We got the I am the strongest. And we got the explosive barrier. And both of them angling now for level 10, obviously. So, yeah. Hazu, stunned. Where's the tether? Here we go. That could be a kill. And he tries to make his way out of the fight, and he just can't. Hanzo is dead, and they're gonna get Ixir too. No way for him to escape this one. I think. No, they get him. But Li Ming is also dead. Li Ming got killed by Garrosh. I think Dino was trying to rotate back down, and that didn't work for him. But they are murdering the bot lane. Malfurion, he's also getting dropped, so they get 3 kills at the bottom of the map. Li Ming sacrificing her for that makes a whole lot of sense. Seems like they don't necessarily need Dino down here. So we get them with 2 kills to 5. Big map control now, of course. And they can go for camp and also more experience at the top. Copenhagen, he tried to get some structural damage, and I guess he did. But nothing that really forces the issue yet. But yeah, so we'll see what they can pull off besides that. Alright, so once again, there's a little move for the Immortal. They get the early start on this. Level 10 abilities. In this case, we got the Wave of Force. And Zarya already got Disc. There's the Shockwave. Disc into Shockwave into Zarya kill. It's literally just a pancake feeling there. One moment she's there, then and she gets murdered. Totally flattened. They didn't have level 10 either, so they're completely caught without heroic abilities. And that's a halftime show, a victory. Albeit a close one for Team Hua. So they take it. They take the halftime show. But now we got level 10 for the other side too. And this is where the arrow kicks in. Decimate in this case for Garrosh. Zarya hasn't made a move yet, but I guess Expulsion Zone is probably going to be the play here. The disc is out again. Do we get the full combo? Nah, they don't have the ults. They don't have the rest of their ults, but they could still get the damage. Arrow! Deckard Cain! They found him! The arrow hit him right in the knee. But that's possibly a kill. Yeah, scratched the possibly. That was a very, very sweet kill on Garrosh as the Quasar just crushed him from the side. And Garrosh didn't even know what happened there. Our boy is never skipping leg day, but in this case, he got caught a bit off guard. Tranquility, and another kill. Hanzo, he has no chance there. Fully isolated and pushed into a corner. Now they got also with a cocoon. Zarya isolated, even following up with the ult from Deckard Cain, buying them more and more time so that they can take the Immortal down. And that is 50% on the shield. Another disc is out, easy peasy. And yeah, this is looking fantastic for Team Hua. That is looking like they are building up more and more momentum. They want the victory in the series, and they're just going for it again. So at this point, we got down at the bottom of the map, the Immortal starting to push in. 8 kills to 2. Benny, no! Good Benny, bad Benny, good Benny, bad Benny, good Benny. Gets out of the fight. Benny is able to move away from this one. Copenhagen needs to be careful too. He's always trying to come in from the side and maybe make a play with his Urel. Yeah, Benny again, getting locked down here a little bit. Eats the full Li Ming combo. Talking about eating it, they're eating. Yeah, they're going to. Well, maybe they're not going to eat Go today. Instead, the fort goes down, so that's the first major structure eliminated. 8 kills to 2. Let's go, arrow, and there it is. No expulsion zone, going straight for the Graviton Surge and trying to get them all clumped up and together, but it is the goat that goes down. Urel gets crushed, and it is party time, at least if you're a Team Hua fan. They are by now nearly 2 levels behind, 1.5 to be exact. They have 7 kills over their opponent, and they just crushed the first fort. And Li Ming decides to go to Glass Cannon. Glass Cannon Li Ming. So what Dino's currently doing is he's pretty much copying the style that we saw from from Nick earlier today. That's what he's doing right now. Gets pinged for it as well, by the way. And he's just like, let me. We have a 3-0 lead. And I'm gonna show Nick how it's done. So yeah, as long as he stays back, they can do that. If Urel gets a hit on him or Bad Benny, that's a different story. But they're isolating Ix here, and that's a kill on Zarya. That's her dying for the 4th time in this game now, but she's not going to be the only one, because it looks like Copenhagen is not going to be able to get out of this one either. Look at how... I mean, he's getting ping-pong from the left to the right to the left. They're getting the wave of force involved and everything. Now the camp with the bot lane is pushing through. The talent advantage obviously doesn't hurt them in the slightest. 34,000 damage. And yeah, Dino can definitely have some fun here. They're way ahead in this one. That is literally 4 match points that they have, and this one is already looking really good. Benny gets killed again. Bad Benny turns into Dead Benny. And now with the fort at the top destroyed, they are even pushing towards the keep wall a bit. But the objective is popping up in another 10. Could either go for their camp first, or just simply go for the halftime show. But it's rough for the Hardos. How do you get back here? They need another teamfight victory. Now they at least have level 13 for the halftime show, so I guess that's the only light at the end of the tunnel that we can talk about here. If they can do that, then yeah, maybe. But it's going to be far from easy. Here's the next play already. They're going for the camp just as the halftime show plays out. 50% have already been eliminated. And off we go. Hanzo in this case goes for the mounted archery. But yeah, they can now try and make the play up at the top. Both of the teams have gone also for their shaman camp. So the one thing that Team Y has to watch out for is the bot lane a little bit. And that's where we're seeing Hogga and also Diming. They take that down very, very quickly. Easy single target damage. An attempt to not only get the camp, but maybe even some damage on the fort by the Hardos. But they are burning this down. And well, there's again the disc. Benny is not really impressed, so he's pushing farther in. But the combos are hitting. Dino is, of course, getting more and more damage out. He's at 38,000. Hanzo's at 35. Level 16 is half a level away for the red team. And this might be the last chance for the Hardos to fight with even talents. If they lose this one, then the keep might be gone. The difference in experience might be too big. The gap might just completely get... It might be too wide at that point. So they're poking it out up here still. Dino's getting this in. Level 16 is ready. And that gives us Mirror Ball. And on top of that, of course, also Epic Enter. The epicenter, he cannot go in. Epically enter the opponent's team's formation. And they go for the kill attempt against Bad Benny. Stay a while and get wrecked. Dagger Kane with a setup. And here comes the shockwave, baby. Quasar. He's alive for another moment and gets his ult through. He dies eventually, but not before they're also taking Hanzo down. And that is 2 kills to 1. Still no objective locked in by either team. But the blue Immortal is really low, and they still have their fountain. That's, of course, the big problem here, that with both of the forts still standing for Team... They got their fountain sitting right there. Another play for Zarya. Here it is. Zarya is... Well, she's burning Ultralis down. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure if she can make it. She came, she saw, and she died. Veni, Vidi, BG. Double kill, Zarya and the Space Goat are both dead. But they go for Dino, and, well, Glass Cannon, at least at the end of the day, leads to his detriment here. But I guess, given how many kills they got, it's something that they are okay to take. So, yeah, there it is. Maximum health a little bit decreased. So that worked out well in the last fight, as at least Hans, aka Nick, is able to get the kill in. They're still losing the Immortal. They're still losing Benny again, I suppose. He's getting body blocked already. Can he get away? Well, he might, but he's definitely not able to save Hanzo. That's 17 kills to 4. 17 kills to 4. And, well, that's top keep. It has to be. It has to be top keep. With the Immortal having such a big shield and no level 16 for the Hardos, who's going to stop this? They might even get another kill here. Malfurion is laying down the lawn in order to stop them. Indomitable is used by Benny, and he's even committing to the ult. Malf is there with the ult right away to try and save them. But there's the Cocoon, shuts that down. Quasar is a bit low. Epicenter in full display. And here comes Dino. They go for the ult on Zarya. That's a nice touch. Can they get a kill? Masquerade! Oh, they cannot get it. But they lose Garrosh. Garrosh is down. He gets popped like a pimple. So does the keep. That one's gone too. 18 kills, 2-4. And they are pushing them back further and further and further. Another disc, another kill attempt. This time it's Urel who gets focused. She pops the ult, creates a little bit of space, does her best to come back. The shockwave hits her, and that takes her out. The blue goat of death, Ixia, he's also getting attacked next. They're cutting his path of retreat off. And with the tether, there's no escape for him anymore. Maiev helping them to the kill, and now, of course, not only does Hanzo get crushed here, we have Nick himself rushing away. The core is slowly falling, hit after hit, but they're not overstepping. They're moving back here, and they're just saying, alright boys, let's take this later on. Crazy performance here today by team, once more. They are looking at 20 kills, 2-4, 8 points already off the core. They eliminated the keep before the Hardos were able to take a single fort down. 6 deaths on Zarya, 5 on Garrosh. And they are just murdering. What a coordination. This team has been dominant in Europe for such a long time. They're absolutely incredible, and they're showcasing it again in yet another season of the X Cup. So they're, again, they've been crazy strong for such a long time now. I think for nearly a year they won on probably every single tournament that they participated in. And sometimes it was a little bit closer than others, but still, it is nasty how they can sometimes, even in the grand final, toy with an opponent. And the Hardos are trying. Now, to be fair, the Hardos, they are playing with the sub today. Ixia is not part of their usual roster, but he played with them in the past. Normally they're playing with Yasu. That's also the one that they played with in the first few days of the tournament. But it is playing a bit of a role here for sure. Regardless of that, you can't take it away from the red team. They are just incredible. They absolutely are. Probably the best tank in Europe right now, the best damage dealer as well. The arrow gets dodged, and here's the play for the next kill. Bye-bye, Benny. He's not gonna make it. There's no chance for him to escape this one. Already down, and it seems like Malfurion is gonna be the next one on the list. He tries to pop the ult, and he gets it off, but he is barely able to try and run away. Gets crushed. Level 20 talents are ready. With the 2 kills, they should be able to go for the objective as is. Maybe even the core directly. They take down Zarya. They take down Hanzo. It's only Copenhagen that survives, and not for long. 5-man team wipe as they get murdered. 25 kills, 2-4, and they are on their way to a victory. This is team looking to crown themselves the champion in yet another season of the X Cup, and they are going straight for the core. They take the grand final, they don't drop a single map. It's an impressive performance, and they make it happen once again. Congratulations, team, with another win. They drop Benny, 26 kills to 4, they make it 30, and that is a victory as Team Wa crowns themselves the champion of the X Cup Winter.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.